let's just run down Free Comic Book Day real quickly. I might do a separate video where I talk about the issues once I've read some of them.
Did you
Uh,
go? How many stores did you go to? Multiple stores? Just go to your one
I
store?
went to 3 stores total.
Damn, son.
Well, it was they were kind of in the like I said, I didn't have power at home, Clay, so I had to go out and do stuff. I had to go
Oh
out and
yeah,
do
that's
stuff,
true.
and it was
Yeah.
all it was gonna be all free comics, so I was just it was only gas that I was spending, but I did buy some of the stuff.
Okay, first off, which stores did you go to?
So I went to Sanctuary in Valley Ranch, Irving, Les Colinas area, wherever you want to call that, and then I went to Titan, and then because I went to my buddy's my friend Austin, his daughter had her first communion yesterday, so they had a dinner. And so I went to I was in the Richardson area, so I went to Asylum.
Oh, Comic Asylum. Nice.
Yeah.
I had this plan to start at Boomerang. So I live in East Dallas. So I was going to go way out to Boomerang because they were going to be the first ones to open up. And then go down to Sanctuary, down to Las Colinas, down to Sanctuary, then then slowly work my way back east. So Sanctuary, then Titan, then Awesome Comics off of Abrams.
Yeah.
And then end at Urban Legends in Garland, Mesquite area, and then back home. However, my engine light went on like first thing yesterday morning, so I was like, and I think I know what it is. I'm not too worried about it, but my car was acting a little weird.
Well, also like maybe you don't want to take all the way to go to the way to Louisville.
Yeah, I don't want to. So I just kind of went to the places around me. So I just went to Awesome and Urban Legends. So yeah,
that's still pretty. I mean, we have so many shops in the area. It is freaking nuts.
So I was talking to some guy. I overheard somebody else have a conversation while I was at Awesome Comics, and they were like, "Yeah, there's some like states that have like one comic book shop in the whole state." And I'm just like, we have like so many because I started like looking on my phone, and I have
then
like
you can still go to zoos and then all those places out there. Like
there's a bunch of
and there's a couple of 2 Keats, right? I think there's
3 Keats.
There's 3 Keats. Where's the third one?
There's the one off of Mockingbird. There's one off of Midway up in Carrollton, and they opened up one in Garland.
Oh, they have one in Garland?
I haven't
seen
that one.
There's one over by Firewheel Mall. So there's 3 Keats.
Oh, you're right.
Firewheel Mall. That's right. Firewheel. I forget about that.
There's Duncanville Bookstore if you want to go way out there. There's a whole bunch of mid-city ones.
Geek Out in Burleson. They had Isaac Goodhart. Yeah, Goodhart, and they had 2 comic creators over there. And I wanted to go, but Burleson is so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always want to go to Duncanville bookstores, but that is Duncanville. That's so far.
I just wait for the shows because they always have a thing at the shows, so I just see them there.
But their show displays are so great, and I was like, and I've been there twice, and every time I go, I'm just like, oh, I love it. It's like feels like a good old school comic book store.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, Awesome Comics has a really great selection, and then they also have a satellite location off of Royal Lane that they only open up like every 2 weeks or so, and it's basically just their back stock. And I think they said in 2 weeks they're going to have like a big thing, and you can go online and look at through Google and look at their stuff, and it looks like it's basically just an office space that just has tons of boxes of comics that they just like set out on tables, and they have sales. Yeah.
We'll just all go live on our phones and go through their boxes.
Oh, I will let you fellas know when the next one is.
All right,
because I was excited when I found out about it yesterday.
Cool. All right, now let's talk Free Comic Book Day. So Jeff, do you want to start, and then I'll whatever, because like I said, so because my shops are great and they love me, and I guess I'm a good.
That was the other thing. So I found out. So it's interesting to see through social media how other stores do theirs. So some stores, all the stores I went to had all the free comics laid out on like tables. Yeah. And it was very much a select 3, select 5 for yourself, whatever. I always forget to bring a friend, so I'm always like, I got to go to multiple places because it's only one of me.
I know. 1 year, Clay and I hit like a few stores all like together.
Yeah.
And then I think we each hit on our separate ways because Clay and I live in opposite directions. So we hit up a few stores in the same area, and then we split off and then finished our Free Comic Book Day. We might have a video on the channel about it. I remember we recorded something.
Yeah, because we went to Titan and Zeus or Titan.
I think did you go to Sanctuary?
Urban Legends. I think I went to Sanctuary as well. Yeah. I've been out there. I know.
Yeah. So, Alright,
Like some stores will just like throw them all in a bag and just hand the bag out to
Oh,
like
I've
people.
that's cool. So
Yeah.
Jeff, what did you get? And then, like I said, I'll show you the rest. Here, hold on. Let me put you on the bigger screen. That way I can
Let's
maybe
focus.
cut this out as a separate video. Here. All right, we're
Focus
gonna
on
go
me,
through.
please. Let's focus on me.
Me.
So I picked up this Energon Free Comic Book Day Energon Universe from
I got
the
that one. Yep.
yep. So that's good. I've not read any of these yet.
Yeah, I haven't read
The,
any.
the DC All In Absolute Special. Thank God Josh is not here because he would be so confused.
Yeah.
We've got the Fantastic Four X-Men, giant sized X-Men Free Comic Book Day special.
Hold on, slow down.
But I'm excited because this is the Ryan North. This is the new Ryan North Ramos
See.
relaunch of Fantastic Four, and then the
Oh.
Lansing. I guess Lansing and Kelly are taking over the X-Men. They're tired of the X-Men just wafting along.
I'm looking forward to a change because I love Jed McKay, but this run
I am looking forward to a change as well. And I did flip through this one, and it looks like we've got classic X-Men suits as well. That's interesting.
Nice.
But I have not read any of it.
All right.
I did pick up the Find Your New Fear, the ID Dark stuff.
Ooh, I don't think I have that one.
So this has a preview of the new what is it? Beneath the Trees?
Yeah. Which we have the full issue. I think I put it on the box if you guys want to check that out.
Okay.
I did see. Yeah, I saw that you put that in. But yeah, this has a bunch of their IDW kind of upcoming horror stuff.
Ooh, I don't have that one. I need to go look for that.
What else did I pick up? I picked up the Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Universe thing. I think this is just the Spider-Man stuff.
Yep. But it's Ultimate Universe, and we know big things are happening.
I picked this up. This looks cool. This was Mark Spears Monsters. I don't know anything about this. But the interior art is insane.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about Keenspot. I didn't even really know the publisher.
Yeah, I did a quick little like what's coming out tomorrow, like the day before. I'm trying to find like look at this.
That's insane.
Whoa.
We gotta do that on the show whenever it comes out.
I want to read that.
I picked up this Godzilla new what does it say? New Heroes Godzilla from also from IDW.
Which we also have the Godzilla #1 on our box if you guys want to check that out. It's a new series. But we can't really talk about it yet because they don't come out till July.
Yeah.
We can read them and then keep our mouths shut.
We can read them and then just tell you that we're better than you.
And then the last thing I picked up was this Thundercats Powerpuff Girls crossover because how can you not want to see how that goes?
I wanted to grab that one, but I also didn't want to take all the books for the kids.
Well, it's got a blue label. That means teen. So.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But that was everything I picked up.
That's pretty good haul. All right.
There was I think I was telling you earlier. There was like a Will Eisner one. That was kind of like a biography of Will Eisner that I was not able to get a hold of. There's like a handful of like super nerdy ones that I was kind of like, oh, that'd be interesting. But
and if
who put the Will Eisner book out?
Well, it's not by Will Eisner. It's a book about Will Eisner.
Yeah,
so,
it's like
I don't know who did it. Let me see if I can find it again.
Well, while Jeff looks at that, if you missed out on Free Comic Book Day, like if most of the time, if your shop didn't run out, they'll still have books out, and you can just ask. Like they'll because they buy these books, and I made a little video about Free Comic Book Day because stores actually buy these books from publishers, and then they give them out. So this because obviously they want to drive business in, and a lot of them have sales, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I bought. But let me highlight myself now real quick to show you guys the rest of the stuff that Jeff didn't pick up. Like I said, my shops are lovely, and they know I also do this YouTube stuff, so like they're usually pretty good about sharing stuff so that I'll be able to talk about it. This is from Vault. It's the Post Malone Big Rig book. So I'm gonna go to my local Raising Cane's that I know is a Post Malone
Post
location.
Malone Cane's.
Yeah. I also picked up the world's Transformers worst bot ever with with the first appearance of Ballpoint.
Who
Uh,
wrote that?
this is by Brian Smitty Smith and Mars Jr. I think that's the artist. Um, I want to check this out. I'm gonna check our box on for Skybound to see if they sent us a copy of just the PDF if you guys want to read it. Boom put out their 20th anniversary thing, so this one's kind of an anthology. It's got a bunch of things. It's
I
got
almost picked that up.
it's got a Berserker story, an Irredeemable story. So these are kind of reprints of their biggest hits, but they do have a new Hello Darkness story in there as well. And then Boom also put out their VR Troopers, which is an upcoming book. So this is kind of a preview, and then also comes with a Power Rangers Prime story on the back.
VR
or I
Troopers.
guess-
Is that like from the old?
I think so. I think Boom's bringing them back.
Yeah, they're about to
Okay,
have
the
a
old
Kunmi
TV
mini.
show.
The free comic book Star Wars. There's a new Star Wars about to relaunch. Like the series, the number one's coming out pretty soon. So this all takes place in the wake of Return of the Jedi. So they're finally jumping over to that. Then from Red 5, Snow Monkey. I don't know much about this. There's a few stories in here, so I'll be sure to check those out. One that I know we do have digitally because they was sent to us from Mad Cave, Speed Razor Zero, because David
Wow.
Peppo is doing Speed Razor very soon, and I can't wait to check it
Damn.
out. So I'll send that over to you guys to check out as well. The Gundam universe.
He's getting a lot of properties, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's a lot of stuff that I'm like, ooh, I remember watching that as a kid. But here's the Gundam one. I picked up the Marvel Voices with Ironheart and a few of their newer characters as well. Then who's this from? This is manga because it's backwards. It opens backwards, but it's a little preview. I think this is just the first chapter of Isak the Omnibus because it's coming out soon. Viz always puts out a sampler of their manga. So this has Kagurachi, Boruto, Ruri Dragon. So just some of their more popular manga. Let's see. Titan puts out the Diablo book. So if you like Diablo, you can get that. Oni Press did the Blood Type one shot with some of their. I mean, they've been doing so many of these anthologies. They're just from the EC imprint. It's really cool. Jeff mentioned that he did not pick this up, but this is the Phantom comic book that's also coming out pretty soon by Ray Fox and Russell. What is it, Olsen? Yeah, Olsen. And then I think this is the last one, Best of 2000 AD.
200 AD.
Ooh,
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, that just looked cool. I think this reprints like a Jacques story, which I was very excited for. Yeah, this is definitely, you could tell it's Jacques just by looking at that jaw. That jawline. But that's all I picked up, and I think that's most of the ones that were out. So like along with the ones that Jeff showed us. So the last thing I got, and this wasn't free, but DC did put out like a blank cover of their all-in special that Jeff showed them earlier. So if you look at it, it's the free comic book that you saw there, but they charge for this one because it's a blank cover. But it's cool because it's double-sided.
I think last year I got like a foil cover of their free comic book day.
The foil was gone by the time I got to the store. Because usually I know there's like one. I think those are like one per store or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess before I stop showing you guys, I did. I mean, I always buy something in my shop because that's the main reason that they do this.
Yeah.
So at Titan, I picked up this slab of God Country number 1, 9.8.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool, and it was it was a pretty good price because it cost $30 just to slab these. So I mean,
much was it?
The shop, huh?
How much was it?
It was $30. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's just the cost. I'm guessing either somebody slabbed it and then they're like, well, I need to get rid of it, and they sold it to the shop because that's how much it costs, I guess, regular people to get something graded. Then my shop also had these nano blocks, and I picked them up because they're Pokemon, like they're like little Legos, but these
Oh,
are like all the fire types.
uh,
And but these are for free comic book day only, so I figured they're collectible. So I was like, well, let me grab
cool.
one, and I do like
Oh, I did
Pokemon.
see those out on a table.
Yeah, but I don't
somewhere.
think these were not free, but they only put them out for free comic book day. And at Sanctuary, I bought this Batman Dark Side with baby Dark Side from the Dark Knight's Metal
what baby
Amazing.
Dark Side?
because Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder are coming to Dallas Fan Days or Fan Days, whatever, Fan Expo. So hopefully I can get them to sign it. Because I already have a bunch of comics signed by them, so I figured maybe their statue would be cooler. So, but
I
that's
did
it.
pick up some cool things, like also real
You have
quick. I just
Pixar?
want I did find this Spider-Man. What is it? Spider-Man Fight Substance Abuse.
Oh, I love
graphic
that
novel that has all the. It collects all the like different like PSA Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
I've never read Squadron Supreme, so I picked up an old trade of Squadron Supreme.
Nice.
And then this was the thing I'm most kind of excited about.
Ooh, it's in the big bag.
Uh-oh.
It's in the big bag. Awesome had let me get past all the other stuff here. I've never seen these in the wild, but these are Zots
Oh yeah.
from what's his name? I can't remember his name. Anyway, McCloud, Scott McCloud. So they had like the first 15 issues of Zot, which I've never read, I've never seen before, I just know of. And so I just picked up all these. They had them in like a dollar bin. So I just picked up a whole bunch of Zots. So I'm excited to get in that. Just a whole bunch of weird, random indie kind of comics.
Those
that
look
I picked up.
bonkers.
Yeah. Just stuff that is just like I would never like really, go out of my way to like whatever. But just
Yeah.
stuff that I, old 90s comics that I picked up. Along with a couple other things like this Prometheus.
Ooh, Prometheus.
I
that
hope
one
there's a gem or two in there. I'd like to see what stuff we missed out on.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into them. Yeah, just a whole bunch of Zot comics, and their stuff is still going on today. They have stuff. Their sale's still going on today, so I'm probably going to go back because they had a whole bunch of Justice League from the
Morrison?
post. No,
Oh,
my brain is just gone. But the DeMatteis, DeMatteis,
oh,
yeah, the big Kevin McGuire Justice League run kind of thing. So they had a bunch of those issues, and I've been slowly kind of collecting them over time. So I'm going to go back today and see if I need to fill any holes.
all right. I know we're running long.